Hello, my name is Brandon Demore, and today I'm going to be sharing the story of my sister and her terrible roommate. 2 years ago, my sister was a junior in college at Hope College in Holland, Michigan, and she had a friend back home named Marley Eimer. And so Marley and her were like, let's get an apartment. So my sister picked Stephanie to live with them, and Marley picked Olivia. So Stephanie and Caitlin didn't know Olivia, but Marley did. So they were like, all right, cool, we'll meet here, we'll have a good time. And so, as there was a week left until school, Marley was like, hey Kate, I can't go to school anymore. Like, my family is in a tough situation, I just can't go. So Olivia, Stephanie, and Caitlin were all in one apartment. Now that was awkward because there was no connection between Caitlin and Stephanie and Olivia, so it was just really awkward for them. So the first couple weeks happened, and Olivia was fine. She was a nice cheerleader. She had a boyfriend on the basketball team, and she was nice. But then, after those first couple of weeks, they started seeing clothes in the kitchen, dirty dishes everywhere, and parties constantly at their apartment. Now, they had talked about it earlier where there would be no parties, and Olivia was like, yeah, sure, why not? But then, after a month, she invited all the people in the cheerleading and basketball teams to come to their apartment and have a party. So they were all 20 years old, and she was like, good idea, let's start drinking. So they were drinking and having a good time, and my sister and Stephanie had to stay upstairs in their room. So they couldn't go downstairs because Olivia would yell at them. So that was awkward. So that kept happening, and Olivia would bring her boyfriend to the apartment, they would fight, they would just have a good time and do whatever, and of course, Stephanie and Caitlin were stuck upstairs. So Stephanie, she's really shy, and she decided to go down and be like, hey Olivia, so could you clean up a bit, maybe? Just, and Olivia's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, sorry about that. And she took a shower. Like, she took a shower to clean up a bit. And so every day she'd take 2 showers instead of 1. And that was all she would do. And my sister and Stephanie were like, how does clean up a bit? And yeah. So my sister went and was like, actually, we meant like maybe cleaning up some dishes after you eat them every once in a while. And she was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? And had her boyfriend do the dishes. She did nothing. She was like, hey, go do the dishes. So she sat around and did nothing, just like before, and did not change at all. And so, it just kept going, and they kept saying little things, and Olivia kept not taking them literally, and they went through the year and just kind of had a bad time. So now, this year, they don't talk to Olivia, Olivia doesn't talk to them, and they're happy. Personally, if I were in this situation, I would have said, Olivia, hey, you are very dirty. Your room is upstairs, yet there are clothes in the kitchen downstairs. It makes no sense. Please clean up. And I would explain to her exactly what she's doing wrong. And if that didn't work, I'd go to an RA and be like, hey, my roommate is disgusting. Could you please talk to her? So, yeah, miscommunication.